Matthew Palmer's Watercolour Magic Mask. Now this is beautiful because what it is it's another level in quality when it comes to masking out areas of your painting to keep them light and bright. So this is a lovely turquoise coloured fluid in a lovely high quality bottle, so you can see where you put it, which is great. It washes off your brush with ease. It comes with 2 special brushes as well, and it's nice and thick, so it goes on easy, it comes off easy. This is another level in quality. Originally made for me to use myself, and we put this into production, so it's a brand new product. And that's ready to put some paint the paper. But before we do that, let's talk about Watercolour Magic Mask. So here it is in the bottle. This is a 20ml bottle. Now you can get this with 2 brushes which are designed for the application of the fluid. So it's a water-based medium made from latex, gentle shake, nothing too major, and you can see it's coloured turquoise, which means it's really nice to use because you can actually see where you put it. And the idea is that you put it on, you let it dry naturally, and then you actually paint over the top of it, and then it can be removed. So this is the first thing to do, is to put this on. Now I want to use these brushes. It can stick to brushes, so there's a few bits of advice that we can give you to prevent that happening. First of all, don't paint for more than 30 or 60 seconds before you wash the brush and reload. Dampen the brush first, always dampen the brush first. Go in and then put the paint on. But for extra protection on your brushes, if you get some normal bathroom or household soap, dampen the brush and just coat the brush in the soap, front and back, like I'm doing here. It smells very nice, this soap. So that's put a physical barrier on the brush. Now we can literally paint away at this point, and that'll give you that little added protection from the latex. So we'll go in. I love the colour of this. It's that beautiful watercolour TV turquoise. And we'll put this straight on the paper. Now a little bit does go quite a long way, so you don't need a huge amount of this stuff. So imagine the repel of this is going to be a little bit the same way that you put wax on a paper, but the difference with this is you can actually see, rotate the board, you can see where you've put it, or should I say, you can see where you stick it. Now, because the soap's on there, I can probably get away with a couple of minutes, maybe a little bit longer, of the application, and then the brush will wash off perfectly. Now I am working upside down here. I often rotate my board around. There we go. Now that's using the larger brush that comes with it. I also want to use this brush as well, just to put a little bit of a edge across the front here, a little bit of a stipple to get some splashes. Give it some added drama, and even a little bit down here as well to give it some extra level of character. And again, just a bit of a stipple would work really well. So you can imagine using this for any area that you want to keep light. I mean, in watercolour, we do use white paint quite a lot, but there's certain areas that you can protect with this, and it will have a lovely effect. Now if we come back to the palette, we can rinse that brush off, and then you'll see, because I used the soap, but I'll just wipe it through some tissue, you'll see that the brush is in pristine order because that soap's protected. Now there's also a smaller brush that I've got here as well, which is like a size 2 brush. It's just a special bristle that will just, it doesn't stick to as much basically. So if I load that up with a bit of soap as well, get that protection, and then we can just refine any edges with the finer brush. Doesn't need much in my opinion. Just want to make sure that some of the edges are nice and fine. I think we're good to go actually here. I might just turn this on the side just a little bit, Just going to pop a little bit of a flag or something just there, just to give that little bit of character. And any final little dots and spots around, you could even, if you wanted to, you could even get your finger and give this a bit of a splatter or a little tap. The brush is actually made from a plastic handle, so it's got a nice bounce to it, with the intention of giving me that little bit of a added bounce, which is perfect for splattering. So it's a good splattering brush as well. There we go. And you can see the little bits of spray, and just any little bits of dots of spray that you want to add yourself around is quite a nice thing to do. And then we'll just give that brush a nice clean. And it's important that we leave this to dry. Look at that, the brush is put in perfect condition. Pop the lid on, and that will be ready for another day. It's advisable to keep masking fluid once it's on your paper. If you're going to leave it on for long periods, because this is such a good quality, heavy substance, it will stay on your paper for several hours. But my advice to you is keep it somewhere nice and cool. If you're working outside in baking heat, you know, within sort of 60 minutes, 90 minutes, it wants to be removed, and you can remove it with either a rubber or an eraser or your finger. But we'll let that to dry naturally. Any little bits that you're not happy with, any bits that were splattered somewhere that you don't want, you can just use your finger to literally rub them away. And that means that I'm ready to give this a dry. I'm going to use a heat gun or a hairdryer and give it a blast. We can remove the top piece. Now you can do this with your finger. There's several ways to remove masking fluid. You can simply take your finger, make sure the paper's dry, and you can literally rub it off and you can see what's happening. And again, because it's such a nice quality, you can peel it off. Don't actually scratch it with your fingers. Just rub it like that and it'll come off with ease. Because the quality, because it's thick, that's what makes it come off easier than a normal standard one. That's why we've called it Magic Mask, because it's got that little bit of added quality to it, and it comes off so easy, and it's quite heat resistant as well. Now I'm leaving the piece on at the bottom here, but you can see what it's done. You can see the effect straight away, can't you? It's really effective. If you've got any other little bits that are hanging around, that's when you can bring in a rubber or an eraser just to take those added little bits off, like so. There we go, we're good to go. And all the little bits that might be in the sky, all those little splashes, they're effective and they are there. You can see them. Lovely, that, really nice. Brush those to one side. And what a simple way. I mean, just imagine trying to paint around that, you know, if you didn't have the actual fluid, it would be a little bit tricky, to say the least. So this just shows how robust Magic Mask is. It's had a second dousing of heat from a hairdryer or a heat gun, which on a traditional fluid would probably bond it to the paper and turn it like a sticky goo. Well, here you can see how easy it comes off. That's the difference. The quality here is through the roof. We've gone for high quality here.